Mark's over there just wiping everything off. We're sitting here rigging rods. We've got to have 37 rods rigged up. So if we don't have 37 rods rigged up, it doesn't feel right. We're gonna have 17-hour practice days probably. This place is, you know what's cool about this tournament? I'll tell you what, is it's a place we've never been before. There's no history. There's really no tournament history on this place other than maybe a few little ones here and there. And that makes it for an interesting derby. You know, most tournaments we go to, there's a little bit of tournament history, so you sort of know at least the general patterns and areas of the lake that you might need to focus on. This one, it's a clean slate, so it's going to be an awfully interesting week. It's going to be a lot of fun because it's almost going to be like a major league fishing format. You know, you go to a lake, you don't even know anything about it. I didn't go pre-practice this event, so and I don't think Mark or DC has either. So it's sort of new slate and run around and try to find, you know, the biggest fish you possibly can. But we got to rig a lot of rods to try to find those. You all see us go out there on the lake and go fishing, and you know, you see the practice vlogs and see the tournament. You do not realize how many hours, I mean hours, countless hours we spend in these boats rigging tackle. I guarantee you for each event, we spend at least 10 hours between practice and between right before the tournament, changing line, rods, reels, messing around with gear ratios. It's a lot of work, trust me. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it, and that's the little stuff that people don't realize. You know, because sometimes, like for instance, you might be throwing a swim bait. Well, you throw a swim bait on 10-pound line, you know, throwing a 360 GT on 10-pound line over 14, it might go a little bit deeper. All those little subtle details really matter, and that's what the guys that you see out in the boat. Aaron Martin's a good buddy of mine. That sucker spends countless hours out in the boat, but he's always catching them, always catching them. So attention to detail, part of it. So we're out here on Lake Oahe. First time ever fishing in South Dakota. We're having us an apple for breakfast this morning. Checking him out. This one's going to be trial and error all day long. But it should be fun. Supposedly this lake's got a lot of bass. We're gonna find out. That's a good one. Probably 2.5, 3 pounder. It's hard to see them now. No problem. Baby smallmouth. First Oahe smallmouth. Not a big one. Trying to determine how deep these fish are really sitting. Obviously, you want to try to find out if they're spawning, if they're done spawning, all that good stuff. So, with that being said, the little guys are tearing my little thing up. Come on, smalls. Come on, bub. There's plenty of little smallmouth. Gosh, how many times I wrap that sucker up?
go one way and it's the wrong way, and then go the other way and it's the wrong way. Wrap around that guide and you're just like, gosh. I want to throw one out there and see what we got. I think they're like maybe at 6 to 8 from what I've seen so far. That fish bit me pretty much 6 to 8 foot. A better one on drop shot. 2.5 pounder maybe. I mean, I don't know if it's a better one or if that's just average fish. What? I mean, that's what's so crazy about this place. You just don't know. Little one. Skinny little one too. Potentially could have been on the bed. I don't know about this whole shallow deal so far. Keeper. Just casting out there, aimlessly throwing it for a smallmouth. Trying to make sure, skiing about, probably looked around a little bit for about maybe a half mile, and have not seen one visibly on the bed. Seen a couple just moving around there, small ones, so that really doesn't give you a whole lot to go on. Did see a couple beds and they were empty, so that could be a potential sign. I mean, I feel like water's pretty warm, water's 70 degrees, so these smallmouth could already be offshore, could be out deep. I don't know. It sort of depends. Some places they get done spawning and they stay up shallow for a little while, and this week is a full moon, so potentially they could be up there shallow for a little while, or they could just go straight out to deep water. And that's what we're gonna have to determine what's going on. There's a lot of laydowns, sticks and rock flats and big old carp. If that was a smallmouth, that'd be a giant. Well, we went to the bank, hadn't seen any on the shore spawning yet, so figured we'd just go out here and wind a swim bait around. 360. Get out here and get off the bank. We're out here on a little shoal, probably like 20 to 22 feet, probably 17, 18 up on top, but letting him out there and just firing him and rolling. Sort of trying to cover some water, just sort of trying to get in. The biggest thing right now is trying to figure out what depth zone these fish are in. Are they in 30? Are they in 20? Are they in 10? You know, and it's not, you know, obviously it just depends. These big long points, you would assume, would have a decent population of bass on them, but a lot of them don't have rock, and some, you know, and a lot of them just have sand or gravel, and so I'm sure there'll be certain areas of this lake that are really good, and there'll be certain areas of this lake that, you know, it's really tough to get a bite. So it's definitely going to be an important practice to really keep moving, covering a lot of water, and trying to figure out a zone of the lake. You can see how foggy it is. The zone of the lake that, you know, area of the lake that's really productive. I mean, I think that's probably going to be the biggest thing that I'm seeing so far, is just maybe there's an area of the lake that there's bigger smallmouth, or area of the lake that, you know, that the smallmouth are further ahead, you know, further ahead or further behind, and that's really what we're gonna have to find out. I mean, from what I've seen, a lot of them were small, or a lot of even the small ones were real skinny. You know, the 12, 13 inches that potentially could have spawned. You know, I hooked one decent fish, maybe about like 2, 2.25, 2.5 pounds. Not a big one by any means, but it's gonna be all about being able to really look for those fish in the different depth zones. So we'll find out. Midday report. We're up here looking on shallow again. Fish a little bit out deep, fish a little bit in between, really have not had a good day at all, which is a tough one. Up here throwing a little hair jig right now, just trying to make sure there's not a whole bunch of fish up spawning in different areas of the lake. There's one right there. I don't know if he's spawning, but there's a fish, small one. Looks about to be 13 inches. Pick up the drop shot. Let him fall down in there. I think it's on, but I found a few on the bed, but no good ones at all. 2 pounds, the biggest fish I found on the bed, so not necessarily the happiest about that. I was hoping I could find a few more good fish to have a good day, you know, good day one or something like that. Oh, there he went. Gonna bite it again. He's got it. Not a big one, that's for sure, but we'll weigh him real quick. See what he is. A little smallmouth. Oh, I'm gonna say he's a pound. Pound 21. Let him go right back. Now, what I'll do is, I'm not planning on this, like, we don't need a pound 21, but just for instance, if that was a you know, a 3-pounder, I'd go up here and go 1.21, save, and then I have that fish locked in there and I know exactly where he's at. So I don't know, these some guns, there's fish spawning for sure, but if they're that size, we will definitely be in trouble. I keep looking just to see if we can't find us a 3-pounder or a few 3-pounders. Got us one, boys. Got us one of them bigs. Alright. Oh yeah, big one. Big old fat sucker. Yes, sir. Them suckers are gonna catch the fire out of them, probably. Gosh, big one right there. It's a big old smallmouth, I'm telling you. At least a 4-pounder. Yes, sir. Biggin. A biggin? A biggin. Big old thick lipped one, too. Grab this real quick. Unhook him. Just like that. Connell's over on the other side. Let's see what this one weighs. Three and a half. Out here on the flat, on a big giant flat anyway, casting around trying to find, I don't think necessarily a lot of them are still spawning, but I would have to think some of these fish are up on top of these sand flats and wolf packed up. So I'm just fishing around a little bit, throwing a spin bait. and just trying to cover water really, but I haven't really had any luck. Throwing her on 8-pound nano braid with about 8-pound sucks fluorocarbon leader, and just trying to cover as much water as I can. Swap back and forth between this and a swim bait and hair jig and a jerk bait, and did find one deep place that had a few of them on it, but nothing unbelievable. Did catch a decent one off the bed. So yeah, so I don't know what necessarily to expect, but keeping him going. All right, let's check. Let's throw a 4-inch 360. A little bigger profile. There he is. That's a good one too. Look at that 360. Nobody's with him. It's a pretty good fish though. Probably close to 3-pounder. See him right there on that. See him right there on that little flat on my graph. See what he is. Got a decent fish. Not a great big one. There's a lot of fishes up here scattered. Yeah. Now I'll show you what I was looking at. You can see it. I'll go back. There he is. And here he is. Right there. That thick yellow line, that's him. That's him when he goes underneath my trolling motor. That's him when he went up underneath my transducer in the back. So I pitched towards the back, and we got him. I'd like to see a few more with him. Gosh dang. Good fish. Probably like that. Try to get this thing hook out. Good fish. Probably 2.5, maybe 2.25, 2.5 maybe.
Well, it's about 7 o'clock. Got about 2 more hours of daylight. And we've run about, I'll tell you real quick here. Today we've run 54 miles. So, trying to figure out if there's a zone of this lake that's really a part of the lake that's really the deal. Haven't figured that out yet. It's a big son of a gun. There's a lot of fish in it, but it doesn't seem like it's that easy to catch a lot of 2.5 pounders. Especially right now. I'm sure in the fall they're a little bit easier. But we just haven't run into them. So I'm gonna have to keep running and keep trying to find something new. We got 2 more hours. I got to run a few more places. A few more places on the check. pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm up fishing on the front deck and I hear something crack, something like pop. It's close to the bank. Didn't think anything of it. Not so sure. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see if I can clear cursor. It's like a bullet hole. Not really. Probably not a bullet hole, but it. So I seriously still have no idea what happened to my unit. Basically, the whole screen cracked. If you can see it, looks like the shape of a small rock or something like that. But I literally was sitting still, fishing slow. So I have no idea what's gonna happen. I go to the ranch trailer. Hopefully I can swap out that unit. Gosh, unbelievable though. What the heck do you think that is? I mean, I'm just being real talk. Let me put this thing on the trailer real quick here. I mean, that is something I've never seen before in my life. Like, it is literally cracked. And no, I didn't get mad and hit it with a stick or a rock or whatever. Gosh. Sucks. No joke. I mean, it looks like I'm not saying it's a rifle, but it looks like a bullet hit it or something. It might be like, somebody shot it up and just shh. I mean, I'm fishing. I'm like on the front deck and I hear, like, what are the odds? Like, seriously, we're out here in the middle of nowhere. There's nowhere. I mean, I don't know. I got nothing to say about that. And that's all I gotta say about that. That's unbelievable. I'm sitting there, I'm fishing. And I hear, didn't think any of it. Fished for like 15, 20, 30 minutes, jump back in the bottom of the boat, look at my grass. It was Brene or David Mullins trying to kill us. They were trying to shoot us. Didn't work. If you guys have any guesses, please comment below. Seriously, this is one of the craziest things that's ever happened to me. Like, what the heck? Random bullet. We're out here in Hawaii. There's like 3 houses on the whole lake. There's no way. What are the odds?
Money. Money.
Day 2 practice, got a little bit of a late start, had a little storm came in, and just had to re-rig some rods, had about a 16-hour day yesterday, well, for sure 16 hours. Got off the water at 9:45 and got back to the room about 11, so it's actually sort of more up the lake a little bit, trying to change the area of the lake that I was fishing just to see if it was a certain area that these fish or a zone of the lake that really is going to go down in. Not real sure what's going on. It's definitely a lot windier today. You can't tell because I'm on a little bit calmer side. But when you get out here in the lake, you'll see a little bit of it. It gets a little windy, and probably this one thing about this lake is it's really big. I mean, it is. Like, you look at it on a map, you don't think it's that big. I mean, it's big. I mean, you can tell it's big, but it doesn't do it justice until you get here and you're actually on this body of water. It's beautiful out here, absolutely beautiful and gorgeous, but it's a little different. A little different from this little Indiana boy idling around out here in the middle of South Dakota. So, gotta find some fish. Gotta put our head down, a bit of work, but so far we have one bite. One. Gotta keep it going. Day 2, about 6:30, and let me majority of the day pretty much sucked on my end. Normally I'm like pretty optimistic, and I was definitely getting to where them wheels were starting to spin a little bit. That's not a good place to be. So when that happens, you got to calm down, you got to regroup. And you know, the thing is, the wind blew this morning, and the rain, you know, actually dirtied up the water from all that wind. We're supposed to get a big north wind, actually a good big south wind tomorrow, and then a big north wind the next day. So that's going to make it pretty difficult, you know, for those guys who are trying to target those fish that are shallow and visually sight fish for them or see them, you know, cruising. And so that's probably what I'm probably going to try to stay away from that. So I eliminated that probably today, because I feel like the majority of those places are going to be pretty chalky. And then, you know, I just started to get a couple bites. I found one little deep place. Trying to get an idea if there's a lot of them out there, or if there's a few. It seems like a lot of the fish are scattered out. Right now I'm actually graphing, trying to find a little pod of them, but they're definitely scattered out. There's no doubt about that. They're scattered out. They're a little bit goofy, but you know, there are some decent fish to be had if you can find them, and that's you know, a big if. And normally you get on a lake, a smallmouth lake, and the thing that I've noticed here is you don't necessarily have to have a rock to catch them. So whatever that's worth, graphing around a little bit, idling, you know, flatter points, sand, gravel, those places, you know, those are going to get that. Obviously rock's going to concentrate them, but you don't necessarily have to have that. So I'm trying to sort of keep it honest and go and grab some of the other stuff as well. So anyway, basically I just said, don't get spun out. We're continuing to try to find, you know, fish that are, you know, doing different stuff. Actually, I just seen a little place right there. And not all smallmouth have to have rock. There you go, done. Big game. Big old bite. I can get him in. That's awesome. Oh. Big old bite.
So how long were you out, like, looking, like?
How long was I what?
Like, out, like, looking for the fish, like?
All day, since 6 o'clock this morning.
Fast.
Seriously? Oh yeah.
How many did you catch?
Probably like 30. Maybe.
I mean,
Whoa.
obviously, Good morning, last day of practice here on Lake Oahe, Pierre, South Dakota. And it's actually light outside. We could be out there fishing. I know we're a little bit late. That's not normally like us, but it is what it is. We got to get to getting it. Uh-oh. And MJ just decided to get up out the bed. That's good. See, we're all getting ready to get out here for this last day. It's supposed to blow, rain, snow, sleet. I don't know. It's supposed to do a whole lot of different things. Probably not snow and sleet because it would be 91 degrees. But I'm sure they see plenty of that up here. And now we just have to, I mean, we're not really refining anything. We're just gonna try to find a couple different patterns. You know, the wind's gonna blow, and when the wind blows in this lake, the water dirties up. It makes it more difficult than it already is. So you have to prepare for that. So I don't know exactly what that means, but we're gonna try to figure something out with a half day of practice. And holy smokes, mosquito! This sucker's ain't fun. That's a dang big.
That's a giant.
Yeah, I'll freaking run through. Hey, I'm gonna drag around for an hour trying to catch it, sucker.
I would. 2 hours.
I would. 2 hours. That's the dang truth. 339's a gosh darn biggin. This sucker done the left. All right, he done the left. We're all over here rigging tackle up. DC walking back the boat. Hey, listen, Mark and I, we always be looking out for each other. Always, yeah, you need some weights, cool. I need some plastics, whatever, from Z-Man stuff. Cool, we need some biffle bugs, whatever. We're cool. DC, on the other hand, that sucker never got nothing. Literally, no hooks, no line, no weight, no oil, nothing. Zero, zilch. What do you got to say for yourself, DC?
Sorry.
Hey, at least you admit it.
DC got some oil, man.
At least he admits it. At least he admits it. It's all good. It's all good in the hood, but as long as he admits it. Hey man, we're having fun out here, but I'm telling you, every once in a while, you gotta get a little sucker. And hey, you order like all this tackle, and then you get like 3 or 4 solid bags of plastic, or you get this and that, and you run out quick when you gotta supply 2 other guys. That's real talk. I had to call you out on that.
Well, I'll be sure when you need something, I ain't gonna have it.
I know. I already know. You never do. You never do. This sucker. Hey man, let me get a.
Yo boat, you better have everything, because it weighs about 9,000 pounds. You got 9 times more tackle than me.
Hey.
So you shouldn't need nothing.
I'll be hollering at you, but hey man, let me get some of them 6-inch swim jigs. Bro, I only got 3.
No, I got some.
Hey, DC, I need one of this little deal. Oh man, I can get them. Hey, let me get some of them pegs. It's all good. You didn't cost some.
Hey, what you losing for leader line? 8 or 10?
10. Bro, do not mess with nothing, lad.
Oh, that was different. What about that time Depot choked me out in Smoke Backyard? Oh, that was different.
Huh?
Hey, you don't know about that. DC, you don't know about that.
Oh, I know all about that.
Me and my boy Jay.
Look at that right there.
Me and my boy Jamon back home. That's our saying right there.
Cross tail.
Oh yeah.
Dean.
I hit him with that Friday line. When Red hit, he was telling Smokey, what about that time Debo choked me out in Smoke Backyard? Oh, that was different.
Oh, that was different though.
Yeah.